got a bit inflamed, and I get this thing in my quads that my back starts hurting. And next thing I know, I am doing a couple days of recovery instead of training, and a little bit more, well, a little bit more pain and a lot less feeling good. And things like this, plus a lot of other reasons, can cause us to stop doing the things we normally do, our morning routines, our daily habits, when we do something, why we do something, for whom we do something. So, in the next few minutes, let's explore a deeper reason we have a hard time reconnecting with our habits. Sometimes that's a sense of identity. Sometimes we're on the wrong train. So, here we go. We're going to start with a movement that looks like this. The reason is there's a train you've been on, and we want to acknowledge that. So, there's a set of actions, set of behaviors you normally do, you think you should do. Now, when you do this movement, do it with me. When you do this movement and you think about what you should be doing, it'll feel somewhere between really great, I should be doing that, that feels really aligned for me, or guilt, shame, I feel bad that I'm not doing it. I feel bad about how I'm doing it. So we want to use the movement to stop bypassing, stop avoiding, stop dismissing, stop making excuses, and just get this sense of the train I'm supposed to be on, the train I'm supposed to be on. Now, it might not be a train metaphorically for you, but what it is here's what I think I should be doing for success, for validation, for love and approval, or here's what I'm used to doing for my self care to keep going every day. I've got to keep up appearances, I've got to take care of others. What burdens, what responsibilities do you carry every day that either really do move things forward on one hand, or accumulate stress and tension until you hit a breaking point? That's our first movement. This will help you get very in touch with the feelings, the thoughts, the excuses. There's no running from the truth for you. The second movement is to drop down and wide. When we drop down and wide, ideally, we're settling into safety, into self care, into everything's handled, and I can just rest. I can let everything be and just be. But that's not the case for a lot of people in many situations. And sometimes we've got to get sick before we really stop and rest. So, how quiet, how still can you get? Adjust your arms so your arms aren't overworking. Adjust the width so it feels like you're not just getting small, you're actually taking up some space. Not too scattered, not too scattered. Now, there's a relationship between these two positions. I can rest and I can create, contribute, and do. As you start to go between, move back and forth between these two moves, it's a little bit of a loop. It's a habit loop. Your habit, not just your morning routine, but the relationship between your actions and your later rest. Your safety being and your clarity doing. If one is problematic, it's going to feed into the other. What this practice can help you burn through is where you're doing something for performative reasons rather than true, deeper motivations and benefits. So, for example, if you're eating clean because you want to look good for someone else, or you're trying to manage how people think of you, or trying to manage your image, at some point, that facade can break down and you drink a little bit or a lot, or you eat off your schedule, and something just says, F this, F this. So it looks like you lack discipline, it looks like you've fallen off the train, and it's easy to judge ourselves. But what you'll find instead is that there's a deeper way, a truer way to source your motivation, your energy, your action. And it's something like, I care. I care and then I do. Or I care and I do. I do and I care. But not in a judgy way, not in a harsh way, not in a I care and so I'm gonna be this perfect person. It's not perfectionism. It's more like slowing down and looking around the space and realizing that's not where I would choose to put it. This isn't how I would choose to arrange it if I was present. And that's a level of care and a level of presence that can almost frighten us and fry our nervous system because it's a tremendous amount of love and compassion. So the identity change here is not just I'm committed, but I care. So from this pace, rise up. So we're active, we're focused over here. Who am I? Who is this person who cares and is committed and who brings care into commitment and commitment into care? And from that orientation, from that identity, what is there to do? From this new identity, new from this identity that has been there for a long time, that is part of who you've been, that is a large part of who you've been, but gets kind of small relative to the speed of things. What does what is who you really are need to change and to do and to organize? The sense of identity that can bring safety and care into actions and behaviors, well, that's harder to sabotage. There's no more real train to fall off of because who you are has room and is flexible to adapt, to lead, to suffer, to choose compassion, to slow down, to get present, and to make any choice. So you're ever responsive from who you are rather than being reactive by who you want other people to see. Let's shake it out. Move your hands around. You've gone through a lot. You're alive. You've gone through a lot. You're human. You've gone through a lot. We're always going through a lot. And we're changing. So I hope this practice today supports you in making some changes, whether you have been sick recently, you've gone through something challenging recently, a lot of things are happening you need to adapt to recently. And you can update your sense of who you are with what you really notice going on. And you can update your habits and your actions and behaviors without judging how things have been. Because improvement can really be inspiring. And what inspires you can help you improve. Sounds a little cliche, but I hope it feels true for you. And I hope it supports you in making some actions and making some changes that work for you.